and the Gastronuts for some harebrained experiments, some eye-popping stunts, and a slice of extreme cooking. Don't get me wrong, I love a cooker, I do, but don't you sometimes get a bit bored cooking with the same old bits of kit? Well, we're going to find out if there aren't some more exciting ways to make our food. Maybe there's life beyond the cooker. Coming up, the Gastronuts leave the cooker behind and try to cook with a liquid that's colder than an iceberg. They find out if a paper bag can do the same job as a saucepan.
It's not burning yet.
Yeah, it is, but you can see the smoke coming out.
And what sort of mayhem will be unleashed when they get their hands on the world's most dangerous toaster.
Oh, yeah.
I need assistance in my journey to find new ways of cooking, so here to help are today's adventurous Gastronuts.
I would like to cook pasta salad in the washing machine.
When I went to Brownies, I cooked like a soup with a twig.
I'd really like to cook with an aeroplane because it would be interesting and fun.
If I could cook with anything in the world, I'd probably barbecue something over a volcano.
One of the weird things I would cook with is a train.
Now, all of us have loads of electrical appliances hanging about around our houses, but they sit around idle most of the day, don't they? Now, I thought maybe we could take some of those things and liberate them from their dull, menial lives, and in the process help ourselves on our quest to cook without using a cooker. I'm not really sure about this one, but we're going to try and cook a proper meal using a dishwasher and a tumble dryer. First of all, we're going to prepare some ingredients ready to cook without using a cooker. So, Sophie, if you can pop the stir-fry into the tub. I'm going to take this salmon, that can be mine. OK, we'll put that in there. OK, Eleanor, can you take a couple of eggs, crack one on the side there?
Squelch.
That's a beautiful thing. Jordan, can you grab a couple of knobs of butter and drop them in there? Excellent. And if you can pop the lid on for me, Eleanor. Give that a really, really good shake. That's it.
It does take a smoothie, like custard.
It does, doesn't it? Are all of our lids on nice and tight?
Yep. Yeah.
Bring them around this way. Great thing about a dishwasher is it gets very hot water in there. So maybe we could use that heat to cook some food. So let's grab our salmon, nice and tight. I'm hoping that the heat around this will be strong enough to heat up the ingredients inside. OK, let's put our stir-fry in there with the basil. That looks fantastic. So, what you need to do is put this onto the highest wash and to go through the whole cycle. The idea is the dishwasher will poach the salmon and steam the vegetables. At least that's the idea. Now, what do tumble dryers do?
It dries clothes with heat.
And they move it around, don't they? Well, I was thinking that we need the heat and we need the moving around to scramble eggs. So, Jordan, pop that in there. Bear in mind that tumble dryers and dishwashers weren't designed for cooking in or for getting inside either, OK? So if you're going to use them for cooking, ask permission from whoever owns them first, OK? Right, I reckon an hour on top heat. Now, do you reckon this is going to work?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, I guess it's like a giant heated whisk, so I'd cook it.
In the meantime, let's go and discover what other household appliances we can use to cook with. We're leaving the dishwasher and the tumble dryer to chuck around our dinner. Just in case they don't work, we're going to try and cook with some other things you'd find lying around the house. Now, have you seen one of these before?
Hairdryer.
Hairdryer. Now, what does a hairdryer do?
It blows heat. It
blows heat out, exactly.
It dries your hair.
Eleanor, you grab that one there. Keenan, you're over here. Now, how do you normally cook a pizza?
In the oven.
In the oven? We're going to try cooking pizza with a hairdryer. Now, very carefully, you need to do the top first, and when you're happy that the cheese is beginning to melt, I think you need to go down from the bottom and try cooking it from below as well, so it really cooks through all the way. And the two slides go up, that's it. While these guys are starting cooking their pizzas, we're going to go and try something else over here, OK? OK. Have you seen one of these before?
Yeah.
It's a big light. Now, let's take a pair of sunglasses each. So I'm going to turn the light on, and we leave it to heat up for a little bit. We're going to try and make some pancakes.
We're going to use the security light as a hot plate or a frying pan to cook up pancakes.
How are we doing there? Ooh, that's pretty hot. Very slowly, 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 slowly. And so spread it out over here. I think that's beginning to cook. That's not bad, is it? Do you think this is working, George?
Yeah.
The pancakes actually seem to be cooking, but how is our hairdryer pizza getting on?
How's yours doing? Is yours bubbling up?
Yeah. How's your tomato now?
They're cooking a bit better.
Meanwhile, back with the pancakes,
It smells nice.
It's good, isn't it? Oh, look at that. That's perfect.
It's like a little thing.
I just want to scoff my face with it.
Excellent. Well, that looks fantastic, doesn't it? OK, grab the pancake and let's go over and find out how the guy's getting on here. Are you happy with yours, Emma? OK, let's pop that on there. You can turn yours off. And that looks fantastic as well. OK. Right. OK, grab your pizza. Eleanor, you grab yours. Let's take all of these foods and take them next door and find out how the tumble dryer and dishwasher got on, yeah? OK, let's go.
the salmon, vegetables and scrambled egg mix have been in for an hour. They're probably clean by now, but will they be ready to eat?
Gather round, gather round.
Oh, wait, look.
Squeeze up.
It's spit all over the thing.
Well, yeah, it looks a bit of a mess, doesn't it? OK, what do you reckon, guys? Can you see anything?
Boiled puke.
I
That
think-
looks gooey.
Boiled puke.
Yeah.
I think you're right. And it's made a real mess of that. Doesn't look like it's done, but we'll stash it over here.
The eggs look like tumbled vomit. But if you do want to try this, you'll need an understanding adult, a sick bag, and money for a new tumble dryer standing by. Now, will the dishwasher have done any better with the salmon?
There we go. Oh, look, well, something's happened in there. Look,
Oh.
it's changed colour.
I think that's what.
OK, these are all very hot, so I'll grab these. OK, let's go back to the table and see if we can taste some of it. Oh, dear. Well, something's cooked on the outside, but... I mean, it's completely water. I can't even open it. It's sealed itself up.
Cooking scrambled eggs in a tumble dryer has failed miserably.
That was a disaster, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Will the salmon be equally washed up?
It actually looks like a proper meal.
I know, you're surprised, aren't you? There we go. Yeah, that's brilliant. It's cooked all the way through. Fantastic. OK, everyone, grab a forkful.
Well, it does look cooked, but will it taste like a dishwasher?
That is good.
You know what? It's really good because it's still really moist inside.
Yeah. It melts in your mouth.
I don't really like salmon, as in when it's cooked, but I think this way is much more better.
Incredibly, cooking salmon in a dishwasher not only works, it actually makes it taste better.
Now let's try the pizzas. Hairdryer cooked pizza. OK, dive in there.
Next up, what does pizza taste like after getting the hairdryer treatment?
Cooked really, really well.
Do you think it's actually cooked?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm never a big fan of pizza, and this is actually all right.
Do you think that the hairdryer is a good enough cooking tool?
Yeah.
So, the next time you're blow-drying your hair, you could pop a slice of pizza on your head and cook up lunch at the same time.
Now let's try some pancakes. OK, now that's fantastic. Whoa, stop.
The security light's designed to terrify burglars, but how good is it at cooking pancakes?
OK, everyone dive in there, grab a little piece.
It's a little bit chewy. The pancake itself was really nice.
The cooking technique seems to work, doesn't it?
Another experiment that ends in satisfied stomachs.
So, guys, what do you think about the idea of cooking without a cooker?
Good idea.
Good idea?
Good, it makes it really fun and interesting. Knowing that you actually cooked it in a strange, completely different way actually makes it taste better.
Well, this has really inspired me. I've begun to think maybe we can use all sorts of different things for cooking with. Maybe we can get out of the kitchen altogether. Should we try some new things?
Yeah.
OK, let's go! So, imagine the scene. You're trapped on a desert island, stranded. No pots and pans. However, OK, on our desert island, something weird has happened. A big container has washed up on the beach with us, but it's only full of paper bags. Now, the thing is, could we cook with a paper bag?
Maybe because
You can store stuff in it.
You can put things in it, yeah, but...
That's paper. paper and it, like, when you put the food in it probably can heat up because it only has a thin layer.
Oh, OK.
Yeah, like
But
popcorn.
paper tends to sort of burn, doesn't it? So let's have a quick look, just see what happens. We seem to have found, on our desert island, a fire.
We're trying to prove that we can cook without using a cooker, but is using a paper bag instead just a step too far?
What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's going to burn?
Yeah,
It's burning, yeah. So that's not really a lot of cop, is it? OK, so we'll give up with that idea. However, the thing is, we're really hungry, so we've got to try something else. Back to the table. OK, so what happened was, alongside the container of paper bags, a huge container with all the ingredients for English breakfast turned up. Eggs, bacon, and hash browns. That is oil, so grab that. Now, let's spray the bottom of this, because when you cook an English breakfast, get your hands right in there, that's it. When you make an English breakfast, it's always good to put a bit of oil down first. OK, stop there.
that looks like hairspray.
Hairspray, that would be a very bad idea. OK, George, now, grab that bacon there for me, please. What we're going to do is we're going to put that on the bottom, and so that you're laying it as a little whole layer. That's more like it. That's a good start. Everyone like bacon?
Yeah, I love it.
Now let's get a few hash browns. One at either end. Yeah, that's it. And now, Keenan, do you like cracking eggs? Yeah. Excellent. OK, crack me an egg.
Oh, this looks gorgeous.
Pop it right into the middle. Yeah, so it sits in the middle there. So put your hands in. That's it. Right down, right down. That's looking fantastic. OK. So in there, I'd say that's a whole full English breakfast. Yeah?
No, we need tomatoes. in it.
Tomatoes.
We've never tried this before, so there's a good chance we'll fail and end up looking stupid and feeling hungry.
I don't think I'd be able to cook in a paper bag because it just wouldn't work properly.
Well, it's not burning yet.
Yeah, it is.
Can you see from there if it's burning on the bottom?
You can see the smoke.
It is smoking a bit, isn't it?
It smells like bacon. A bit of bacon, yeah.
You can smell some bacon. So do you think it's worked?
Yeah.
You reckon it's worked? OK, should we try it? OK, let's go.
After 15 minutes over hot coals, the bag hasn't caught light. But are we really going to be the first people in the world to have cooked breakfast in a paper bag?
Who's hungry?
Me.
I'm
100%.
hungry too. OK, let's have a little look. OK, fingers crossed, everyone. God, look at that!
It cooked.
It cooked! Even
Look at the
Even the bacon's cooked in there. The egg's a proper egg, a little bit dry, but it looks good. Is everyone going to give it a try?
Yes.
Excellent.
If I'm hungry, I'm hungry.
Everybody tuck in, see if you can grab a little bit. I want to know, what does it taste like? Is it hot? Is it good?
Clean out your mouth.
Does it taste of paper bag?
No.
No, just tastes of...
That tastes good.
Is that how you eat your breakfast at home?
No. We normally got oven. The bacon look gorgeous.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I thought cooking in a paper bag was really, really, really fun because, like, I didn't actually think it was going to work, but it worked really, really well and tasted really good.
I was quite amazed because I thought like the egg would be all soggy, but actually it was tasted quite nice. Like the bacon was all like, as Stefan showed me, that it was all crunchy.
That is extraordinary. You can cook with a paper bag. I'm absolutely amazed. And the Gastronuts thought that it tasted fantastic. I did too. The bacon was actually crispy with a paper bag over some hot coals, and that's all you need.
Incredibly, it is possible to cook with just a paper bag. But if you're trying it yourself, get an adult or your local paper bag cookery expert to lend a hand.
One of the traditional delicacies of Iceland is rotten shark, known as hakal. A Greenland or basking shark is caught, beheaded and gutted. The carcass is placed in a shallow ditch, covered over in sand and gravel, pressed down with heavy rocks, then left to rot for between 6 and 12 weeks. When dug up again, it is hung out to dry for several months to mature like ham. Unlike ham, it looks and smells a lot like stale pea. Most people who try the snack immediately vomit it straight back up.
We've already come a long way on our journey towards cooking without a cooker. Later on, the Gastronuts are going to get even further from the kitchen and try to cook with something that could end up cooking them. But next up, I'll be making my very own version of Meals on Wheels.
Now, I'm planning a trip up the motorway, but I hate eating service station food, so I thought I'm going to be travelling for a couple of hours, going pretty fast. The engine's going to get really, really hot. It'd be a shame to waste all of that energy. Now, I read somewhere that you can use a car engine as a cooker. I've got all the ingredients to make some kebabs and some tortilla wraps. Thought I'd try out using some fish, some vegetables. We'll just poke them on a skewer. We'll do a couple of these. Now, it does sound like an extraordinary idea, doesn't it? But because, you know, engines are quite mucky things. So once you've made your kebabs, you have to create a really, really good parcel for them. It's really important that you use good foil and that there are no holes in it where the fumes from the engine could get in. A little bit of oil over the top. And there we go. Another bit of basil. If you cover it in too much foil, then it won't cook fast enough. If you cover it in too little foil, it won't be protected from all the engine fumes. There we go. That looks pretty good. So that's the kebabs. I thought we'd also make some tortilla wraps. A little bit of tomato salsa, a few peppers, and then some cheese. A little bit of cheddar. We just fold that up. Wrap it up there. Maybe one more for good measure. There we go. That's our food all prepared. Let's see where we can strap it to the engine. Now, this is, I have to say, the tricky bit, because all engines are different. And you've got to make sure that you're not going to tie your food to any moving parts so that they get shredded and end up damaging your engine. So it's always best, really, to take your car to a garage and ask them where they think is the best place to cook your food. So this bit of my engine gets really, really hot. I wouldn't advise you getting into your folks' car and tying something on without them knowing about it, because you might get into big trouble. There we go, that looks pretty tight. I think that's going to work well. Now, I've made a little cage here for the fajita. Pop that in there. That looks pretty firm. Now, I've never tried this before. I really don't know if it's going to work, but let's give it a go.
I've been told that when you cook with a car, it's not about how long you cook for, it's about how far you drive. If I can keep to a steady 70 miles per hour, the engine should reach 100 degrees Celsius, and in theory, 25 minutes at that temperature should do it. But will my tortilla wrap and my car bab actually be edible?
I've just turned the air conditioning on, and I don't know if this is hope or if it's reality, but I think I can just get a slight smell of fish in the air. I've done about 30-odd miles. We managed to hit 70 miles an hour for quite a chunk of that, so let's give it a try. Oh, that's nice and hot, that is. It's the sort of heat that you'd feel off a barbecue. So, let's see what we've got. All I can smell is engine, really, and that's probably a good thing, because if you can smell the fish coming out, then it probably means that the fumes of the engine could have been getting in, so... There we go. OK. Let's see if it's done the trick. OK, let's have a look at our tortilla wrap. Here we go, the moment of truth. But has my cheese melted? Oh, yes! Look at that. That's perfect. The proof, though, is in the eating. You know what, that's absolutely perfect. Nice and spicy, nice and hot. Nice melted cheese there. I think that's worked. What's really exciting is that there's no smell of engine there. There's no smell of exhaust or petrol, which I was really worried about. It's just, just proper tortilla wrap, properly cooked. Much trickier, though. Has the fish worked? Oh, my word, look at that. Now, if it wasn't cooked, it would all be translucent. You'd be able to see through it, but look at that. It's cooked all the way through. It's still nice and moist because it's been wrapped up, so all the juices haven't been allowed to escape. And that looks like a perfect kebab. That is truly delicious. Perfectly cooked. Now, this proves that you don't need to be stuck in a kitchen and you don't need a cooker to cook.
We've proved you can cook without a cooker, but can we freeze food without a freezer? We've asked Mad Professor Dr. Andrea Sella to help us try something that is literally super cool.
So this is Dr. Sella. He's a doctor of chemistry, and he's developed one of the coolest cooking techniques I've ever heard of.
I'm going to show you liquid nitrogen. Here it is, and you can see it's very, very cold. What I have here is a surgical glove. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it, you can see it's all nice and sort of floppy.
So that could be like one of our hands.
That could be one of your fingers, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to put it into the liquid nitrogen, we'll dip it in, and within seconds, look at it. It's all gone stiff. It's frozen, completely solid.
If that was your hand, you can just like bend it back and it'll just like snap off.
Absolutely. You'll be able to snap off your fingers one by one.
But can you actually use liquid nitrogen for cooking something?
Well, liquid nitrogen is actually an amazing way of making one of, I think, everyone's favorite foods, and that's going to be ice cream. So what we have here is a bowl which has some lovely ice cream mix ready to be cooled.
So guys, this is what ice cream always starts at. It's a big, warm, sloppy mess. But how are we going to turn this into ice cream using that? I just don't understand.
Well, ordinarily what you have is an ice cream maker, which is essentially a refrigerator which churns it and cools it down. You're going to be the churn, and I'm going to provide the refrigerator. I want you to start stirring, and then I'm going to pour in the liquid nitrogen. So here we go, and keep stirring. Is anything happening?
It feels stiffer.
Can you just pull the spoon out a little bit?
Oh, look, you want to see it?
Look, let's stir some more. Let's stir in a little bit more. Keep stirring, keep stirring.
You see it going, and all you see is clouds of smoke.
Wow.
There it is. Looks pretty stiff.
Yeah, it feels pretty stiff.
Do you want to pull some out? Well, there we are, ice cream. And I think the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Let's go in and see what it's like.
So you poured in liquid nitrogen into this. Is that not going to be dangerous?
Well, remember that we're breathing nitrogen all the time. What it's doing is it's simply cooling, and then it boils away, and so it's gone, leaving nothing behind.
So we're not tasting liquid nitrogen here. What do you think, guys? They're cold? Does it taste any different to normal ice cream?
Yeah, it's
Definitely much creamier.
The ice cream did taste a little bit different, but the little made a big difference, and I love it.
What we've done is no stunt. Some of the world's greatest chefs use liquid nitrogen to create instant ice cream at the table, because like us, they are looking for new ways to cook without a cooker. Chefs use liquid nitrogen to get things super cool, but this is what they use when they want to go super hot.
Okay, now, who has ever seen one of these before?
Oh, blowtorch thing.
It's a blowtorch, brilliant. Sometimes you want to have a real intense heat to cook things, so to get a little browning on food.
Remember, blowtorches are very hot and very dangerous, so always ask an adult or a fireman or an adult fireman to help you out if you want to use one.
And break in there.
Oh, it's like
yeah, look at that. That's worked really well, hasn't it?
It's like toffee.
Like toffee, that's exactly what it is, toffee. Here at Gastronuts, we like to take fun ideas like that and blow them up on a massive scale. Come with me.
We're going to take what chefs do with blowtorches and move it to a crazy new level.
So I bet you've all got kitchens full of kind of grinders and toasters and lots of little bits of kit lying around, have you? Yeah? Has anyone got one of these in the kitchen?
No.
This is an industrial flamethrower.
Wow.
Could it work? Could we cook with this? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Well, would you like to have a little try?
Yeah.
OK, you need to be really, really careful. This is extremely dangerous, so you have to do exactly what you're told, all right?
So, if you've got a flamethrower lying around the house, what's the best thing you can cook with it? The Gastronuts are going to find out, starting with Keenan blitzing a lasagna.
So, Keenan, you ready? You've made lasagna before? Excellent. Let's give it a go. That's coming along very nicely. Oh, yeah. That's fantastic. I think you're about there, you know. OK, now push the trigger forward. Aha, OK. Well, this is very interesting. You've made a right pig's ear of that. You've exploded the oven dish. with something like this, the heat is so intense that some parts of the dish will heat up quicker than other parts, and that's when things break. You've done, I mean, the browning looks perfect. It looks
we can
perfect.
still eat it.
No.
Sorry, Keenan. You might be munching bits of oven dish if you tuck into that. Still, at least we know lasagna works. It's flame on now for George as he takes on the marshmallows.
That's it. And close it off. What do you reckon?
Good.
The marshmallows scorch too quickly. Can Eleanor do any better with some toast?
Pull that trigger. Wow. I think you're about done. Push that closed. Fantastic. Look at that. Look at that. It's kind of done there.
Well, I wouldn't butter that. But will Sophie have more luck when she unleashes the flamethrower on the creme brulee?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's perfect. OK, let's shut that off.
That looks perfect. Now, will the cheese make all the difference on Jordan's toast?
Woohoo! OK, and aim it right. That's it.
Woohoo!
Oh, that's good.
I've got burnt toast.
You have got burnt toast. OK, I reckon that's great. Now shut it off. Fantastic. OK, that has been incinerated.
Not sure that's worked, really. So, the flamethrower is too much for cheese on toast, plain toast and marshmallows, but good for lasagna and perfect for creme brulee.
So, the world's most dangerous flamethrower creme brulee. It looks pretty good. What do you reckon?
It tastes better than the other. That is absolutely delicious. Seriously.
I'd say that's a real success. Sophie, give me 5.
I found cooking with different things was really interesting. It made it taste better because you knew you cooked it in a fun way.
My favourite food that I did today was to try lots of different food and cook a lasagna with a flamethrower.
The thing I enjoyed the most was probably cooking with a flamethrower, and I actually managed to make a decent creme brulee.
The thing that I enjoyed the most was eating out of the paper bag.
I think today has made me more adventurous because it showed me different ways to cook different things.
Let's be completely honest. Cooking with a flamethrower is possibly the least practical thing you could ever do. But what me and the Gastronuts have found is that you don't need to be stuck with the usual junk that you find floating around the kitchen. You can cook with paper bags, you can cook with hairdryers, liquid nitrogen. You can take cooking, which is often boring, pedestrian, a little bit kind of similar to everything you do in your daily life, and turn it into an adventure.
Is it time to read these couplets
No,
yet?
no, not yet, right, but we'll read them in a minute. Hello, welcome back to CBBC with me, Holly, and Dunstan. And William Wordsworth has joined us in the office for National Poetry Day. He shot out of the time vortex in the stationery cupboard. It was quite a shock.
Yeah, he's even older than you are, Holly, the greatest poet ever.
Oh.
Shut it, Egg.
Listen, I have to agree with him for once, just for once.
Oi.
But let's not go down this route again. I just don't want you two falling out, all right?
Well, Egg started it.
What? He did. Okay.
Watch it, beard face!
All right. Anyway,
Egg.
as I said, it's National Poetry Day, and you guys have been sending in your rhyming couplets. They've been excellent, because we need to help Dunstan here get over his anger management issues, and so he can express himself through poetry. And Wordsworth wants to stop writing jingles and get back into the whole poetry game. So your poems have been absolutely brilliant in helping inspire them both, right?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're going to put them all together and collect our favourite ones into a great entire poem all about food.
Food! Yes, what do I have to do to get a hog around here? Bit of food. Oh, what am I talking about? It's a great big egg there. I'll just eat that.
Right, back off, okay?
I'll eat your egg.
Listen, put the spoon down.
No, I can't.
Step
Put the
away,
spoon down
step
and back
from the
away.
egg. Yeah, exactly.
Scrambled.
Right, I've got something to distract you. I've got some brilliant poems that have come in from everyone at home.
Let's hear them.
All right, listen to this, right?
I'm watching you, egg.
Okay? Listen, this is from Rosalind. She says, potatoes are strange, they come in a range, big or small, I love them all.
Oh, brilliant.
Hey, Dunstan, you do a pretty good potato impression, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you jacket potato?
Oh,
Show
baked
Wordsworth.
potato, watch
It's
this.
brilliant, it's brilliant. Look at that! Look at that!
And
That's
that was
amazing.
out without the use of butter.
That is amazing. That is brilliant.
I've got one here, look,
Okay.
look. This is from KT2K8, bit of a funny name. Pizza is so cool, and they also make you drool.
Pizza.
It's like cheese on toast.
Oh, well, I've had that.
Oh, well, it's like that. It's like Mediterranean cheese on toast. Right, this is from Bramblesable. Says, peas in the pod go pop. Peas in the tin remind me of slop.
This is very good, but why would somebody put peas in a tin? What are they trying to do?
Tell you what, let's have a look at this one. K-Delicious999 sent this. Food is so yummy, scrummy brownies in my tummy.
Very good. What is brownie? Egg, explain.
It's either a cake or a female scout.
Thank you, Egg.
Right, well, you still got time to send in your rhyming couplets. If you email